Hey everyone, Andy here from Luminary Wealth. So, with most of the country still on lockdown and the unknown of how and when we're going to get back to a normal, the savings and stimulus checks are probably dwindling fast. However, there is a provision in the CARES Act that may provide some short term relief for certain people. This is called the coronavirus related distributions, and it refers to withdrawals made from your retirement accounts. So, IRA, 401k, 403b, etc. Previously, you couldn't withdraw money from these accounts before age 59 and a half without incurring a 10% penalty. Now, there were some exceptions to this, but that was the general rule. With the CARES Act, these rules have been relaxed for 2020. So, what does that mean? If you qualify, you can withdraw up to $100,000 from your retirement accounts before age 59 and a half without incurring a 10% penalty. Now, the amount that you take out will be taxable, but instead of reporting all of that on your 2020 tax return, you can actually spread that out over the course of 3 years. So 2020, 2021, and 2022. Now, you don't necessarily have to do it that way. I mean, sometimes spreading out income over the course of several years can reduce your overall tax liability. However, if you're in a situation where you think your 2020 income is going to be very low, it may be worth considering reporting all of it in 2020. But talk with your tax advisor about that one. Now, one way to avoid taxes completely is by repaying the amount you took out. And you have 3 years from the date you receive the distribution to replenish those funds. So let's say in 2020, I take out $10,000 from my IRA. I have until 2023 to put that money back into the account. And if I decide to do that in, let's say, 2021, I can actually file a 2020 amended tax return and get a refund for the amount of taxes I paid on that in 2020. Now, your next question may be, how do I qualify? Well, here are the guidelines. I didn't memorize these, so I'm just going to read them off. Have you been diagnosed with COVID-19? Has a spouse or dependent been diagnosed with COVID-19? Have you experienced adverse financial consequences as a result of being quarantined, furloughed, being laid off, or having work hours reduced because of the disease? I think a lot of people are going to fall into this category. Are you unable to work because of the lack of childcare as a result of the disease? Do you own a business that has closed, or are you operating under reduced hours because of the disease? So this was meant to be broad and apply to a lot of people. So if any of these apply to you, you may qualify. But I think the real question is, should you? And that really depends on your unique circumstances. So a few things to ask yourself as you're thinking through this. Have you exhausted all other resources? Have you cut out all non-essential expenses? Have you received your stimulus check? And is that or has that gone towards paying for essential needs? Have you dipped into your emergency fund? Have you considered a loan from your employer retirement plan? What does your income look like moving forward? I think these are all things to think about and to consider. So talk with your tax or financial advisor about this and see if it's right for you. Hope this was helpful. And as always, stay healthy, stay hopeful, and hang in there.